GOSPEL4 Grampian, Gospel Community Radio for communities around Scotland, living life to the full and embracing the unconditional love of God. Tune in on iTunes, tune in radio and on your mobile, and God bless you always, and pass on the smile He gave you to someone else today.
Hello, this is GOSPEL4 Grampian Community Radio for North Scotland, engaging, equipping, enabling communities to live life to the full with Christ Jesus at the centre.
A very good afternoon to you, and welcome back to a Community Elements show. My name's Rob Rowe, and with me is Brian.
Good afternoon.
It's great to have you along, and to
be here.
Back into things again. Now, I think you've probably got 10 or even 11 stories today.
10, the 11th one would depend on yourself.
Ah, yes, yes. Now, if you were listening a few weeks ago, Brian presented his top 10 of his news stories, and you had how many news stories in total to choose from? 500 and something?
579.
579 news stories, then you whittled it down to 80-something.
For a start, 84.
84.
It took weeks to decide which ones were the top 10.
And then you whittled it down to 10. And one of the news stories, which, well, as we said, it's purely subjective, but I would have had in mind, is a story about a popular bakery. And I think we'll just maybe include that one a little bit later on. But anyway, it's on with Brian's good news stories taken from local newspapers and journals. And now, which ones did they come from today?
100% from the Evening Express.
I know that's your favourite.
It's the cheapest one.
Yes, I thought it might be something like that. Right.
Okay. When Sarah Lowry was told her daughter would be born with a serious heart defect, she couldn't imagine she'd one day lead a normal life. But after undergoing a heart transplant at Great Ormond Street when she was 15 months old, Eloise, now aged 11, has just won a gold medal at a sports event. Sarah, from Rothinorman, was told at 20 weeks pregnant her daughter was going to be born with hypoplastic left heart syndrome, which meant the left side of her heart didn't grow. Eloise needed an operation at only 24 hours old, otherwise she wouldn't have survived her first week. And after she developed a clot following her second operation, she needed a heart transplant to keep her alive. Now Eloise is able to live life like most other girls her age, and she has just taken part in the 40th British Transplant Games in Glasgow, in which she won a gold medal for tennis. The Games are held annually for transplant patients and live donors, and give the groups a chance to come together and share their experiences while having fun. Mum Sarah said, "We're very lucky that her transplant went well. It's the most serious fixable heart condition you can have. The transplant doesn't make your heart, but without having the surgery, she would have died within a week of birth." Sarah hopes to raise awareness of the importance of organ donation after a family made an incredibly brave decision to donate their child's organs after death, which saved Eloise's life. Without the donation, she wouldn't be here, and Sarah now wants to encourage other people to sign up to the register. You can join the Transport Register at www.organdonation.nhs.uk. Runners are being encouraged to sign up for a Dash Union Street, Aberdeen's most important street. The Union Street Mile will form part of next month's Celebrate Aberdeen parade, and entries for the race have opened. The race starts from the Music Hall, heads up Union Street towards Holborn Street Junction, and then turns back down to finish at the Castle Gate. Celebrate Aberdeen organiser Morven Mackenzie said, "Through our weekend event in August, we look to bring together lots of different groups from across Aberdeen, including sports clubs, charities, volunteer groups, musicians and members of the general public. The idea is to highlight and give recognition to the many fantastic people we have within our community and to come together to celebrate their efforts. The Union Street Mile Race have become a key part of our event, and we would encourage people to come to the city centre to cheer all the runners. The race is split into 3 categories: Primary 6 and 7, Seniors 1 to 4, and the Seniors race for the over 16s. Entrants must be able to complete the mile-long sprint in under 7 minutes for men and 8 minutes for women and children. Jill Franks, Sport Aberdeen, said, "We always receive a fantastic response from the public, and the race continues to attract large numbers, with hundreds more lining the streets to cheer on the participants. There are a limited amount of spaces, and I would urge budding runners to apply sooner rather than later to avoid disappointment. The race is free to enter on a first-come, first-served basis and will take place on Saturday, August 26th. The primary 6 and 7 race will start at 10:40 a.m, seniors 1 to 4 at 10:40 a.m, and the seniors race from 10:50 a.m. An Aberdeen bar's dementia-friendly disco has been nominated for a top award. Boogie at the Bar is held at the Foundry Bar every month and is Scotland's first dementia-friendly disco. Since launching earlier this year, more than 100 people at a time have turned up to enjoy an afternoon of entertainment. The event is open to anyone with dementia, their carers, retired people, or those with additional needs. Now it has been shortlisted for the Best Community Support Initiative at Scotland's Dementia Awards. The awards recognise the work of those committed to helping people living with dementia and their families. Anne Duncan came up with the idea since there was nowhere to dance with her husband Bill, who was diagnosed with Alzheimer's 7 years ago. Anne said, "People just love dancing and listening to music. It is fabulous to see people grinning and having a good time." She added, "This is an example of partnership working at its best." The event is run with the support of the Active Aberdeen Partnership, Health and Social Care Partnership, Alzheimer's Scotland and M&S Bank, which provides free food, and Aberdeen Football Club Community Trust. Kieran Joseph, the General Manager at the Foundry, said, "Getting nominated for the award is fantastic." An appeal is being made for a wannabe record seeker to take part in the Great Aberdeen Run. An attempt will be made at the event to set a world record for the fastest half marathon by a runner wearing a kilt. Visit Aberdeenshire is looking for people to sign up and take part. The Guinness Book of Records does not currently have a record set for this challenge, but has stipulated that it is considered as a new and authentic world record. The time will need to be less than 90 minutes. The kilted runner will have to speed their way around the 13.1 mile half marathon route, which starts and finishes on Union Street. The course will take in famous attractions including Marshall College and Old Aberdeen. Chris Foy of Visit Aberdeenshire said, "The launch of the inaugural Simply Health Great Aberdeen Run has captured the attention of people locally and nationally alike. It is a very exciting time for the region as it prepares to welcome thousands of visitors. We're always looking for new and interesting ways to promote the region, and it doesn't get any more exciting than a world record attempt. The Simply Health Great Aberdeen Run is a fantastic addition to the busy North East events calendar, and I'm looking forward to seeing if we can set a new world record later this month. The race will take place on August 27th and will also include a 10k course. Anyone who would like to register for the world record attempt can visit www.visitabdn.com/GAR. A grandmother has fulfilled a long-held dream by publishing her first novel at the age of 92. Alice Elder from Stonehaven will launch her first novel, The Stone Ermine. The book tells the story of James Keith and his brother George, the 10th and final Earl Marshal Keith. The 92-year-old said, "It's every author's ambition to go down the high street and find your novel for sale in a bookshop. At the age of 92, this is quite overwhelming." The story follows the brothers after their exile from Scotland because of their part in the 1715 Jacobite Rising. Both siblings went on to hold significant military and political positions across Europe. The Keith family was influential in the northeast of Scotland for several centuries. The 5th Earl Marshal founded Marischal College and Dunnottar Castle, which features prominently in the novel. It was a family fortress for many years. Alice grew up in Stonehaven, where her father was head teacher at Fetteresso School. Her adventurous streak saw her travel by boat to South Africa in 1951 to teach English, and she later taught in Portugal, Italy and the UK. Alice added that at times she was unsure if her ambition would become reality. "For it to happen now that I'm 92 is just amazing. The book has certainly helped to keep me going on these dark days when my health has not been too good." Alice's long-cherished dream came true when Waterstones agreed to stock her book. A North East student has helped to raise more than £1,500 for charity during her final year at college. Holly Cran, 19, from Inverurie, was asked to choose a charity to which she could focus her fundraising efforts. She chose Chest, Heart and Stroke Scotland, at CHSS, and held several events throughout the year, which culminated in a ball at the Thainston House Hotel. The HND Events Management student at the North East College said, "We decided to help CHSS because we found the presentation given to us by a representative of the charity really persuasive, and we were keen to help them." Katie Jones, fundraising officer for CHAS, said, "It was a pleasure to support Holly Cran in her group's fundraising and events management efforts in aid of Chest, Heart and Stroke Scotland. Holly was incredible, efficient, capable and innovative in her presentation and planning, and the wonderful success of the night truly is an accolade to her achievements in raising funds for charity and holding a successful community-driven event." A North East crash victim says her fundraising challenge is inspired by her cancer-stricken dad. Isla Marie Smith, 28, from Bankery, intends to raise cash for cancer charity Clan, which has been a huge help since her father Rob, 64, was diagnosed with lung cancer. Rob, along with his wife Ruby, were a vital part of Isla Marie's recovery after she broke her spine and spent 3 months in hospital following a serious car accident on the A90 in 2009. Isla Marie says it's now time that she did something for her dad. Her Your Hair, Do You Dare challenge came about because her crash injuries meant she couldn't participate in traditional physical fundraising events such as walking or running. She was encouraged to lose her locks by her hairdresser and is hoping that it will help raise awareness that people of all physical capabilities can still raise money for good causes. Any cash she makes will go to Clan Cancer Support, while the hair will be donated to the Little Princess Trust, which makes wigs for young children who are fighting cancer. Isla Marie said, "My dad lived and worked for years in Aberdeen. When we found out he had terminal cancer, I didn't know how to deal with it. Clan have been so good and so supportive. My dad gets frustrated, but with Clan, you can come up and get a massage, or you can speak to a counsellor. It is just invaluable support." Isla Marie hopes her challenge will inspire other people to take part in charity events, regardless of their level of ability. "I want people to know that you can do good things and good things can come out of a bad situation." To donate to Isla Marie, visit www.justgiving.com/fundraising/Isla Marie-Smith or text CLAN61 to 70070. The Albine School saw more than 68% of higher papers being sat at the institution awarded A grades. School chiefs said it had achieved its highest proportion of top grades in its history, adding it was extremely proud of how well their 55 pupils have done in their exams. Dr. Long, headmaster at the school, said, "From art, astrophysics and engineering through to law, music, textile design and medicine, I'm delighted that our pupils have been able to gain places to study so many worthwhile subjects that will open up the world for them in the years to come. I'm very grateful to the teaching staff's hard work and the support of parents." Adrian Watson took over as Chief Executive of Aberdeen Inspired 1 year ago, following a 30-year career in the police, which saw him rise to the rank of Police Scotland's Divisional Commander for Aberdeen. He said, "When I was working at Police Scotland, I tried to build up partnerships between organisations in order to try and make the city safer. Working with different partnerships is what I have tried to do at Aberdeen Inspired as well." Adrian said both jobs are about working with the people of the city and wanting the best for it. Aberdeen Inspired helps to improve the city centre by holding several events. Adrian added, "Moving to Aberdeen Inspired has seen my priorities shift slightly over the last year. It is nice not getting woken up at 3 a.m. because there is a critical situation in Aberdeen. However, this job brings up different challenges as we are looking to think up innovative ideas." Since the switch, Adrian has overseen several high-profile events in the city, such as the New Art Festival, the Comedy Festival, the Painted Doors Project, and a new and improved Christmas Village. New Art was the most ambitious, as it saw artists from across the world coming to Aberdeen. It was great to see so many people coming to Aberdeen from the northeast and across the country to see street art. The New Art Festival especially was world-renowned and probably the best street art festival in the world this year. Other events, such as the Comedy Festival and the Christmas Village, have been great for Aberdeen, and I hope this can-do attitude continues. A family who almost lost their son to a devastating brain condition have raised more than £4,000 to thank the medics who helped him. Last year, Joe Lamont from West Hill was struck down by encephalitis, an inflammation of the brain. Although the condition can sometimes take up to 2 years to fully recover from, the determined 10-year-old shocked doctors with his miraculous recovery. Parents Emma, 35, and Chris, 37, along with grandfather David, 63, were so impressed with Joe's medical care, they wanted to give something back. They initially organised a dance last month, but interest was so great they were forced to organise a second event to cope with demand. The Ceilidh on June 17th was an old-time social dance. On June 23rd, each managed to attract 70 people. Joe's parents took him to A&E at the Royal Aberdeen Children's Hospital in December last year after becoming worried, and blood tests showed an infection. After an operation, he was later transferred to Edinburgh's Royal Hospital for Sick Children. Mum Emma said, "The doctors have said he has made a miraculous recovery. They said he could be 6 months to 2 years before he was feeling better, but I would say now he's a normal 10-year-old boy." Joe did a speech on both nights and I spoke about encephalitis. The money will go to the Archie Foundation, Air Ambulance and the Edinburgh Hospital for Sick Children. Now, we've had several items today, I believe, which have shown people's love for others. And we've got a text which I think is very appropriate. It's taken from Mark chapter 12, verses 30 and 31. "You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your mind, and with all your strength. This is the first commandment. The second is this: you shall love your neighbour as yourself. There is no other commandment greater than these. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much for that, Brian. And I'd agree with you. There's a huge amount there that's showing people's love for each other. And I was thinking about one of them, and I thought there's several more have popped up, and I'm finding it difficult to. Particularly, I'm just thinking even the disabled girl's efforts to help her dad out strike me as something. Sort of resonate, I suppose, always particularly because he's also called Rob as well, so I've sort of picked up on that. But whatever the name is, it's more about the love of that child and the realisation of what her parents have done for her, and now she's trying to do what she can in return. And it may not seem like a lot, but it actually is.
It is as well, because when you consider she broke her spine, so she is still limited in what she can do, but there is always some avenue that we can use to help others. And many people, when they've got something far wrong with them, tend to virtually collapse and give up. She most certainly has not done that. She has shown that it is still possible to overcome, and not just overcome your own disablement, but to help others in theirs. That is my favourite one, but I like them all. Yes,
I mean, I like it's very good, for example, that the Albine School, that there've been so many so many A+ in the exams, and it just shows what you can do when you put your mind to it.
They put me to shame.
Come now,
Sorry.
Brian. Right, now Brian has very kindly written and given me this one. This is something I thought would have gone in to Brian's top 10 as well. If it had been me, I'd have included in my top 10. He goes, a popular bakery wants to raise £20,000 to open a centre that will support adults with learning disabilities. The bread maker based in Aberdeen's Rosemount Viaduct has found a great recipe for extending a helping hand to others. They already do a fantastic job in training and in employing adults with learning disabilities. Now it is showing real vision in wanting to celebrate its 10th anniversary by expanding. The idea of a centre to offer more support by taking its project out into the community is an ambitious one. It will allow the bread maker to make a difference to the lives of more people, not just those attending training courses. While a charitable gesture has given the bakery office a space, a key ingredient is still missing: funds to equip it. Let's hope generous people across the northeast can help the bread maker find the dough it needs. To make a donation, visit www.justgiving.com/crowdfunding/breadmaker. And that, I have to say, is one of the stories that I would have popped in, because it is something about an employer.
What does it take to live a life of adventure? The truth is that the first step is always the hardest. That's the one that takes the most courage. But finding a simple faith that empowers my life, to me, that's been my greatest adventure. Got questions about life? Try Alpha.
Bear Grylls tried Alpha. Have you? For more information, visit alpha.org.
Glory Road Ministries has been serving the trucking industry for 15 years now. We have given support to and love to lorry drivers and their families. We've shown them the love of Christ, but we need your help. As with any other ministry, we have people that we need, and we need people in Scotland to help us to carry on the work of GRM up there. It's quite lively. We do outreaches, truck shows, speak at churches, and it's a typical fun ministry. We get to meet all sorts of interesting people from all over the world and share the gospel with them. We would dearly love you to come and join us and be part of the Glory Road family. You can call me on 07903 522 012. I'm the GRM chaplain, Chris Newport. I'm on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to meet any need that you might need to have met. We'd love to hear from you. In the meantime, keep on trucking.
Let's now get on to our health village, see what's actually happening in the health village. Now we come on to the fourth of our community elements, and for this I've come through once again to the Aberdeen Health Village. So just coming in here, we've got gym equipment to one side, and we've got a carers point and a health point, and these NHS health points and carer points offer free and confidential health advice on trained staff on a wide range of topics. These could be advice and support for carers, practical ways to improve your health, information about health conditions, access to support groups and organisations, information on your health concerns, access to NHS services, access to smoking cessation services, welfare rights and benefits, and employabilities. However, clinical advice is not given. Now, within the health village, there is a learning centre, there's a dental practice, availability for minor procedures, cardiac rehabilitation, those who have got diabetes, for physiotherapy, podiatry, speech and language therapy, also for outpatients, radiology, and there's also a sexual health service. And down here on the ground floor in the lobby area, there's a cafe and toilets, and of course there's a lift to take you to various places here in the health village. So all in all, well worth coming along here. And if you want to find out more, you can do so. From NHS, email for extra information, healthpoint@nhs.net. Phone for the health line 0500 20 20 30. And visit your local health point for free confidential advice. You can come straight through to either doctor's surgery or indeed here to the health village. There's also health text as well. You can text the word info to 82727. And continuing indeed on, because I just want to give you one tiny bit more information while we're still on the subject of the health village. Because at the health village, as Fiona found out, there is also a pastoral service. There are chaplains who are available, and you can sit and I think even talk for up to an hour. And it's a way of people being able to get things off their chest, to have a listening ear, and it really does help a lot. So that is another good service that is provided by the chaplaincy and indeed through the health village. Well worth one.
All aboard!
Catch the Gospel Blues train with me, Linz Honeyman, on Gospel4 Grampian Radio each Monday at 9 p.m. for a journey of discovery as we delve into the abundant world of gospel blues music, as well as taking the odd detour into the lands of rhythm and blues, soul and gospel. And if you missed the train, you can hear the show again on Fridays at 2 p.m. and Saturdays at 10 p.m. So get on board the Gospel Blues train on Gospel4 Grampian Radio, living life to the full.
Are you on an adventure with Jesus? No? Would you like to be? MEF are looking for people who have a passion for people, people who have a love for God. MEF are looking to take people on an adventure with Jesus right here in Scotland. We have got so many volunteering opportunities. Would you like your own ministry? Speaking about MAF, telling others about MAF, encouraging others to consider serving with MEF, either here at home or overseas? Get in touch. Tell people that you are on adventure with Jesus, serving with MEF. Get in touch today. andy.martin@mef-uk.org, or have a look at our website, all the W's, mef-uk.org. Get in touch today and come on an adventure with Jesus.
Yes, and why not do that? This is the Community Elements Show, broadcasting here on Gospel for Grampian, live between 4 p.m. and 5 p.m. And you can hear us again at the weekend between 11 p.m. and 12 p.m. rather, 12 p.m. and 1 p.m. in the afternoon. Get my facts right. Now, it's on to some what's-ons, and these come from christiandiary.com. Tonight, there's an Aberdeen citywide prayer meeting gathering at King's Community Church, 7:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. This is prayer gatherings for the city, people, refugees, issues for the world, and for Christ. I'm going to pop that along there myself. So that is going on there tonight. Also going on tonight between 8 p.m. and 11 p.m. is a Ceilidh in St Margaret Church of Scotland in the church hall, dancing to Happy Feet, and it's bring your own booze as drink as well. So go along to that one. I'll try and see whether we can get some more information for that. Telephone FR Emsley 01224 644 969, and you can find St Margaret Church of Scotland on the Gallagate in Aberdeen here, AB 25 1EA. Okay, and next thing, we've got two events on Saturday and Sunday, the 12th and the 13th. This is called the Academy of Amazing Things. During the holiday, anything can happen in different churches, and it's no exception at Ferry Hill Church between 10 a.m. and 12:30. This is apparently a nutty Professor Amazing who will baffle and excite people with extraordinary experiments. I'm just trying to see what other information is available about what people can expect. There'll be... I beg your pardon. This Professor Amazing has a mobile laboratory, and there'll be games, songs, crafts and activities, and they're going to be using the story of Moses and the escape from Egypt. Prince of Egypt film follows this story and think about different parts of the story and how it speaks to us today. The Summer Club has been hard at work designing all the crafts and activities ready for the children. So with an extra week in this year's summer holidays, well, the children are going to be needing something different. So you might well be able to still book up, and that's at Ferry Hill Parish Church, Fonthill Road in Aberdeen, AB 116UD. And I'm looking to see whether or not there's a way that you can get in contact with them. Anyway, information available from christiandiary.com. On Monday, there's a Lifestyle Gateway service at City Church in Gilcomston Park, 5:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. and it's providing a stepping stone into the church for those facing difficult life situations. Now, the group is attended by a wide variety of people from all sorts of backgrounds, those struggling with addictions, homelessness or ex-offenders. They eat together, laugh together, look at the Bible together and pray together. Now, City Church, Gilcomston Park, is at AB 25 1PN. You can come along at 5:30, and everything kicks really off from 6. There will be food available there as well. Now, on the 15th, which is a Tuesday, there's Music to Remember at Colts Parish Church Outreach Centre. So we'll just pick up on that one. And Meldrum is the contact for that, 01224 868 053. And that's at 404 North Deeside Road in the church centre. It's a fortnightly singing group for people with dementia, their families, carers and friends, and those who enjoy singing. It improves concentration and stimulates memories, improves communication skills, and helps those with dementia and families and carers to develop support networks in a fun and supportive environment. 10:15 to 11:45. And Meldrum's number again 01224868053. Also on the 15th, 9:45 to 11:30 a.m. is the Ark Christian Fellowship, Deeside Christian Fellowship, and it's a baby, toddler and parent group meeting in the church every Tuesday morning during school term time. Most of the morning spent in free play, a great range of toys to choose from and lots of space to play so the mums and parents can play as well. Now they have about 60 children each week with the mums, dads, grandmas, and the activities include free play, toys, books, crafts, snack, song time, and they would love to see it at the Ark. Costs £2 per child and additional £1 for siblings. What about for mums and dads? I wonder. I don't think there'll be any charge for them. And maybe you'll get a cup of tea as well. Now there's also summer coffee mornings at the Kirk of St Nicholas Uniting. That's next Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. during the summer. Teas, coffees and refreshments in the drum aisle. Also on the next Friday is Fellowship in Art, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Meeting fortnightly on a Friday morning, 10 a.m. to 12 noon at Deeside Christian Fellowship. Contact the church office or someone to come along. Quickly, a heads up for the 19th is Clive Parnell at Dice Parish Church, 7:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. A great evening of music and fun at Dice Church Hall, and they'll have musician Clive Parnell coming along with a guest band and friends from MAF, Mission Aviation Fellowship, not only to entertain but importantly to raise awareness for their fantastic charity. Yes, and if you've been listening just now recently on Gospel for Grampian, you'll be able to have heard that we do promote MAF, and you will be able to hear the story of MAF going out on Sunday around about 10 a.m. and you can also hear it on a Thursday evening at 7 p.m. And if you're interested in coming along to Clive Parnell, contact Cheryl on 01224 771 295, or you can email her at diceparishchurch@outlook.com. Tickets are also available from Manson or Gregor on Sunday at the church. It says when they're gone, so get in quick. Anyway, that's a few of our what's-ons from the christiandiary.com. Now, as well as being available as a podcast, these community elements will also be available from our podcast, from our YouTube site as well, and hopefully for the future as well, where we're aiming by way of to provide an enhanced appreciation and enhanced experience of Gospel for Grampian. So if you have a little look on our YouTube site, and I will make sure that's available for you. It's Gospel4, and it's capital GOSPEL number 4 and then a Grampian in small letters, I think with a capital G. So have a look out for that one. We'll make that available on our Facebook page, so you'll be able to gain access to that, and also from Twitter too. So do have a little look out for that. This is Gospel for Grampian, and coming on now to some more music, in fact. And it will be Tim Hughes, The Cross Stands Above It All.
Beyond this lifetime, beyond this darkness, there's light. Your cross is shining, so people open your eyes.